Alright, since this was another highly anticipated and requested game for me to test, I decided to make this video a priority and upload for you all ASAP. Definitely make sure to like and or subscribe to further help promote my work on this channel. With that being said, in this video I will be testing both the iPhone 15 Pro Max and the latest iPad Pro M4 with this newly released port, Assassins Creed Mirage. Quick note, the iPhone version of this game has been graphically downgraded in comparison to the iPad and PC version. But, despite the downgraded graphics and resolution, still, the iPhone 15 Pro Max has some trouble running a steady 30 FPS at high graphics. Therefore, I highly recommend medium graphics for those wanting to play on the 15 Pro Max. Nevertheless, in this video, I will be specifically testing the iPhone using medium graphics while using high graphics on the iPad Pro M4. With that being said, let's dive into testing.
The sun casts a long shadow.
Let us not keep Darwish waiting. I cannot bear another lecture.
What could be these contracts? It is quite a few Darwish has pushed your way now.
He knows I will come through.
You have his trust. That much is clear. Do you suppose you have theirs? These shadowy types?
I should hope so by now.
Then they should show it. You take all the risk and they offer little in return.
They are liberators, Nihal, not merchants.
I know the stories. Still, the price of liberty should be enough to feed us.
يريد كبير الأذنين الذهاب لاصطياد العقارب فيما بعد. أخبرته أن يربي ثعبانا. اكتشفت ما تعنيه بعض الأمور.
Such crowds. Something important must be happening.
The Khalifa has been summoned to the Winter Palace. It is surely his wealthy retinue that drives this crowd.
Oh, perhaps they're in the mood to offer donations.
Ah, I see your meaning. A little sleight of hand to sharpen our wits.
If this contract will not feed us, the Khilafa might as well. The merchant has left his purse on the table. An easy one to begin with.
في طريق العودة.
هل قرأت أنك ستعجبني علي؟
Better leave before they notice.
حدث الأمر على عميق العلامات.
Come here!
إثر سقوط البناء عليه إذا مال المحور لا يزال المسؤول راغبا في جوامع
Ready yourself. I will pick them out.
A keen eye and an agile hand. A formidable duo.
ירקות, תרנגולות, שמן ועוד כל מיני דברים תמורת גמל.
There. The boisterous one. He must have something of value. Come back here, would you?
Are you? God, help!
And over there, by that stall, she's got some coin. Well done. You truly are the master thief of Anbar.
Is that jealousy I hear?
Hardly, O great looter of purses.
Insufferable. Come, we are late to Derwishes.
سأدفع لك جيدا كالمعتاد.
Getting away! There you are! Just here!
It's Basim! أهلاً!
Hello.
They're all looking spry. You can do this one on your own.
I saw them with all the soldiers parading into the Winter Palace.
Did they have swords and spears?
Of course they did. They are soldiers.
I'd like to steal a sword or a helmet.
You are on your own, Basim. This is no contract. It is a favor. I do not work for scraps.
If I am seen, I will have to flee. Good thing I can outrun these sagging guards.
So now that I've tested for about 20 minutes, I must admit I am quite impressed to feel that the iPhone is still relatively warm. Assassin's Creed Mirage is known to be a very demanding game for even PC players. But with this being said, as you can see, the iPhone is only peaking up to 38 Celsius after roughly 20 minutes, which again is quite impressive. Now, let's switch gears and briefly talk about the FPS experience at medium graphics. If you watch the full test, then you know by now that at medium graphics, the iPhone runs a perfect steady 30 FPS. As I progressed in the game, there was some occasional FPS spikes to 60 frames per second, but then it was immediately followed back down to immediate drop to the 30 FPS cap. In my opinion, this is definitely a AAA PC game, whereas 30 FPS is highly advised on the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Now with the iPhone out of the way, let's talk about the iPad Pro M4. First and foremost, the resolution differences is quite drastic. We're seeing a 2.5 resolution increase with the iPad version of this game. The iPad Pro M4 is running this game at a very high 1300p resolution. Mind you, most PC games are running only at 1080p. Nevertheless, as for temperature, the iPad barely heated during my testing. The iPad M4 kept an impressive low 33 to about 35 Celsius after 20 minutes of testing. Now, as for FPS, the iPad also kept an impressive steady 30 frames per second throughout my testing. There are some occasional FPS hiccups, but very rarely. Henceforth, I really think the developers should add 60 frames per second option for specifically the iPad version of this game.
To the Winter Palace. It is surely his wealthy retinue that drives this crowd.
Perhaps they're in the mood to offer donations.
Ah, I see your meaning. A little sleight of hand to sharpen our wits.
If this contract will not feed us, then Khilafa might as well. What could be more important?
So now that we've tested both the iPhone and iPad Pro M4, again, my first initial thought is that this game is very, very demanding. I do believe the iPad Pro M4 can achieve higher than the capped 30 frames per second, but I'm unsure if the iPad can sustain a steady 60 frames per second at high graphics and 1300p resolution. I will definitely retest if the devs enable this feature in the future, similar to the other AAA PC ports. As for the iPhone, again, as long as you set graphics to medium, you are good to go. The iPhone can run high graphics, but definitely expect occasional frame drops as high graphics maxes out the GPU usage of the A17 Pro. With all of this being said, thanks for watching, and please stay tuned for more detailed videos like this.